season of FNR, and it is a delight to be with you here in Putnam County. Greetings from Hurricane, along with former NFL All-Pro Carl Lee and our great FNR crew, Hannah Klein on the sidelines. I'm Mark Martin, delighted that all of you could be with us here. Steamy conditions the last few weeks, Carl. But
no question about it.
Being a former NFL player, did it remind you of training camp?
This is training camp weather for sure.
Let's talk about this game, and so much is meant for both of these teams in terms of what they want to do this season, and I think they got two outstanding squads here that are heading into this 2024 campaign.
Absolutely, and both of these teams are led by great quarterbacks who are not just great quarterbacks, they're athletic and they have leadership.
Let's talk about them, and we'll begin with the visitors and Avante Crawford getting another start behind center for Billy Seals' crew, and he's a guy that's got all the tools at 6'3", 180, had an outstanding junior campaign, has been a little nicked up. We might see Tavion Wilson as well here for Coach Seals' crew in this season opener, but a lot of weapons that he can go to here tonight in this season opening game against Hurricane. And when you talk about the Redskins, when you talk about versatility, Noah Vellatombi was a quarterback as a sophomore, running back as a junior, and now he's back at quarterback, Carl.
That's an amazing kind of a feat. But what that does is it shows you his durability. He's not going to worry about getting hit. Every time he gets hit, he's just going to get back up because he's used to being a running back. His ability to throw the ball, his ability to run, I think that's going to be a big challenge today.
A season to go. Vellatombi had a monster game. You see video there of playing against Spring Valley and helped the Redskins come from behind to knock off the Timberwolves. He scored 5 touchdowns in that game. Should be a dandy. Well, it's like Christmas Day when you have the season opener. So we got the red and we got the green, just like Christmas here as Hurricane entertains the Highlanders of Huntington High. We look forward to it, and we'll have the kickoff coming your way in just a moment here on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week. Huntington and Hurricane next here in Putnam County. Here inside McGee Field at Redskins Stadium, Hurricane and Huntington getting set to do battle here. The Huntington Highlanders, coming off an outstanding season, made the playoffs, as did Hurricane. Short-lived, though, for the Redskins. Sometimes, boy, Carl, you remember those tough losses that brought a campaign to an end. And if you were Huntington, you were ever so close to playing for that championship once again, and that didn't happen.
This is an opportunity for both coaches to promote, like, this is what we should do. This is what happened to us. That's going to create that motivation and excitement for the opening game and the opportunity to play good teams. I think this is going to be an outstanding game.
American Eagle is the head, and we got National Guard is the tail. I'm going to ask your call. I'm going to repeat it to make sure I got it right. I'm going to flip it and let it hit the ground and see what we got, and I'll give you your choices. So what's your call, Huntington? Tails. He called it tails. That would be the National Guard emblem. It is a tails. You won the toss. You can pick, receive, or defer. You want to receive, and you want to kick away from the scoreboard. Is that correct? Huntington, put your backs on this line.
All right, Dan Greer is our official, one of the great ones out of South Charleston, 25th year. The umpire, Dan Sizemore from Charleston, 27 years as a referee. Bill Gillespie of South Charleston, 11th year. He'll be the head linesman. Line judge will be Tubby Williams from Huntington, 27 years. Steve Young of Tays Valley, 27 years. He's the back judge. John Huff of Winfield, 5th year, the field judge. And Sean Krajewski of Clay County is the side judge, 15 years. So really an outstanding officiating crew here, Carl.
Very, very experienced. You know, people don't like all the calls that officials make, but this is a crew that you cannot question. They're going to do the best they can do.
Well, we've always said couldn't do it without them.
That's a fact.
All right, our OVP Health kickoff getting set to take place. Visit ovphealthcare.org to learn more. So teeing it up for Hurricane will be Seth Casto. He's a junior, 6'3", 170. They've had some outstanding kickers here at Hurricane High. Huntington certainly has. In fact, they lost the Fulton Walker Award winner in Johnny I, who's now Marshall. Casto swings his leg into it, and returning it will be Zaw Jackson. And Jackson will be upended at the 34-yard line. And Zaw Jackson won some award 2 years in a row by the name of the Carl Lee Award, named after my good buddy here.
Let me make it very clear. That's something I could not do. That kick return is not something I could do.
I know you had a lot of honors in your time, but having an award named after you, that's something else.
And I do truly appreciate it.
All right, so Zaw Jackson, coming off a great junior campaign, has committed to WVU. And there are the starting lineups. And Huntington ready to go to work. So they'll have Tavion Wilson in there at quarterback. Again, we talked about Crawford being injured. So the Highlanders will pitch it out, get it into the hands of Keegan Sack, a young man who is headed to the Air Force when his days are over. Our starting lineups sponsored by the West Virginia State Police, formed in 1919. The West Virginia State Police is the nation's 4th oldest state police organization. West Virginia State want to remind you, drive sober or get pulled over. Handoff and Hurricane with Drake Lanham leading the charge there, trying to slow down Keegan Sack.
I think one of the things that just in the first couple of plays, I think what Huntington's trying to feel, can they run this football? If they are able to run the football, I think that's controlling the clock, and I think that'll give them an advantage there.
Our first downs being sponsored this season by the West Virginia Governor Highway Safety Program. It's another stay focused, don't drive, distracted first down. Dan Greer getting things sorted out here. Robert Stegall is our statistician. Again, Hannah Klein, our sideline reporter. Great to have all of you with us here. Our opening night of F&R action. And now Crawford is in at QB and swings it out, and it will be Sack making the catch.
Good throw, good catch, good blocking. Just a swing pass. Simple swing pass, just pretty much just like a toss. He gets outside and he's got blocking.
It's another stay focused, don't drive distracted first down by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program. But Crawford saw Wilson in there and said, hey, I got to get in there.
Absolutely.
And nicked up in a scrimmage against Ashland. Here is Zod Jackson in all kinds of traffic. What great concentration by Jackson as he makes that grab, and it looks like he's going to get another first down here.
Seems like just about every play they're getting 8 or 9 yards, 10 yards. Again, just a quick slant route, quick passes, no chances of getting a sack.
"13-yard pickup for Zod Jackson. And the Highlanders on the move here. Opening drive of this first quarter. In this game was set to start at 7, but boy, it has been stifling this week. Zod Jackson manages to find running room and gets another West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program first down. Well, you know, he's known for his defense, and that's likely what he's going to play at the next level. But a season ago, Zod Jackson, 133 carries, 901 yards. 13 more yards. They say 13 is an unlucky number.
But I think it works for him.
Zod Jackson, 13-yard reception, and now a 13-yard pickup there. Wilson fakes it to Sack. Wilson looking to throw and being pursued.
Eyes on it. Hurricane blitzed on that one, and I think that may be something that they may consider doing later going into the game.
Tyshawn Dews also helping get Wilson out of bounds. Now Crawford is back in, and Wilson goes in motion. Crawford flips it to Wilson, and a good stick there by the Redskins. Sean Legros, he's a guy that came out for football this year and shows why.
That was a great tackle, solid tackle.
So it will be 3rd down and 6. Put the football at the 10-yard line.
Mark, this is a big play. This is a chance for them. They're going to have to get in and score.
It's been a nice drive. Tavian Chandler is wide to the far side. Wilson in motion. Here's Crawford. Good protection. Zips it into the end zone for the touchdown. Jamari Tubbs hauls it in. That one had a little something on it.
Yeah, he had a little zip on that one. He had to throw that through quite a few bodies there.
Jordan Price is the new kicker this year. We talked about Johnny I. They had him for a long time. He's graduated. Not the greatest of snaps, but Wilson fielded it cleanly, and it will be Jordan Price drilling it through. So at the 9:01 mark, Crawford launching into the end zone. Jamari Tubbs, a 10-yard strike. Hannah Klein is with us once again this season. And Hannah, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Mark. One word to describe this weather right now is sticky. Now, I actually had the chance to talk to head coach for Huntington High School's Billy Seals, and I asked him how their team feels going into tonight. He said they feel pretty good being back for another season, and they don't feel like the Heat will in Putnam County to play for their community. Mark, I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, Hannah, look forward to your reports tonight. Well, pretty impressive drive to get it going, Carl.
Hey, that was a drive that I think if I'm Hurricane, I am talking to my defense, telling them let's just settle down, don't get overhyped, and just slow down. We got to make plays.
It was an 8-play, 65-yard drive, 2:59 off the clock. Our scoring summary sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. And time for another OVP Health kickoff. And Price will now swing his leg into it. Both teams now at the Quad A level of West Virginia high school football. So we'll have 4 state championships this season, and those championships will be played in Charleston, University of Charleston Stadium at Laley Field.
think this is going to be important for Hurricane to be able to come back and answer with a drive that they can score on.
Tyshawn Dews, we talked about Zod Jackson going to WVU. Dews is heading to WVU, and Dews will drift back, and he will not try to bring it out. So the Redskins will now try to answer here in this opening quarter. I mentioned it that last year we had a game here when we were doing our discussion about this showdown, and our F&R game a year ago, definitely the best. Hurricane down big at halftime, and they battled back against Spring Valley. I was talking to Donnie Mays this week. He said, well, I'd rather it not be that way this year. And there is Donnie Mays, state championship and a runner-up as a head football coach, 43 years old, will be 44 in September. His team's going to play in Michigan this year, DeWitt, Michigan. And he's got Velatombi at quarterback, and he'll zip it out to Dews, and just like that, Tyshawn Dews expecting a big senior year, so let's get it into his hands.
Get it in his hands because you know that he's quick, he can make people miss, and he is very, very dangerous.
Gained about 8 on the play. Velatombi in a monster season running the football, and Noah Velatombi is close to first down yardage for Hurricane. And again, our West Virginia State Police starting lineups. West Virginia State Police formed in 1919 and is the nation's 4th oldest state police organization. The West Virginia State Police want to remind you, drive sober or get pulled over. Velatombi had to fall on that one after they get the first down. They lose yardage. Check out the Huntington defense there, and again, very stout, and with that secondary with Newsom, Chandler, Zod Jackson, Keegan Sack. They really like Bryce Winkfield. Good up front, so I'll tell you what, both teams just a lot of outstanding talent.
There really is a lot of talent on that football field tonight.
There's Noah Velatombi. Well, as a sophomore, he throws for 2,300 yards. Last year, he rushed for 1,400 yards. And carrying the football there is Kylan Grace, 5'9", 200-pound junior. Grace is the son of a son of Marshall.
Yes.
John Grace, one of the all-time greats.
Just a great player at Marshall, that's for sure.
Played in the Canadian Football League. Here's Velatombi. At the last second, launching it out in the direction of Dews, and that will fall incomplete. So the Redskins will be forced to punt on the opening possession.
And that opening possession, they bobbled the ball, put him in long yardage situation. A game like this, I don't think that you can put yourself in that situation and think that you're going to be able to pick those first downs up like that.
Casto will drop back into punt formation. Zod Jackson will await the kick from Casto. Well, this one will take a roll, and they'll stop it at the 49-yard line, and we will take a break here. Huntington gets on the board with that opening possession, and they have the ball again here on F&R. Donnie Mays, the head coach of the Hurricane Redskins, down his third season, has also been a head coach at South Charleston, spent a lot of time there with the late, great John Messenger, and championship success, and hoping to take the Redskins a place they've never been before, and that would be a state championship game. Well, there's a guy that really loves football in Donnie Mays.
And he knows football. And I think what he can bring to a team is just something everybody can't do. Like he makes the kids really want to play. His schemes and things like that are great, but he gets kids who want to play. They want to play for him. And I think that's what we'll see tonight.
Of course, Huntington is led by that gentleman, Billy Seals. Hard to believe it's his 15th year. They had the Mountain State Athletic Conference Gritterama, Billy's first season. I went over and introduced myself, and that was a tough season for him. Didn't win a game, but well, he has simply made up for it since then. Got a state championship a couple of years ago. Was in state championship one other time. Billy Seals out of Tennessee, Morristown, Tennessee, was a great high school player, and then went on to play at Liberty University, where he was an All-American and played for the great Sam Retigliano, former head coach of the Cleveland Browns when he was there at Liberty. But another guy just loves the game. Yeah, and you can just see him already. He's on the sideline. He's talking. He's that guy that's probably going to give you every information that he knows and gives it to you before you get out on the field. Well, his team has the 7-0 lead, and they go back to work here at Jim McGee Field inside Redskins Stadium. A lot of great players down through the years. 100th year of football for Hurricane High School being started here. So Wilson fakes the pitch, and now Wilson just carving his way for yardage and gets it down to the 44. One of the things that I think the Hurricanes defense is going to have to do, they're going to have to prevent them from getting, 6, 7, 8 yards on first down. They're going to have to put them in a third and long, so at least they get an opportunity to force them into a punt. It's a 6-yard pickup for Wilson. Wilson, a little miscommunication there. Zod Jackson finding room. There's a flag on the play. I think that's going to come back. I think they were moving in the backfield. Get the call there from Dan Greer. So bring it back here. Huntington had just one preseason scrimmage. They took on a very good program, the Ashland Tomcats. State championship program there in the Bluegrass. Chad Tackett does a great job. Took over that program from Tony Love, and Coach Love is back in coaching at Rock Hill, Ohio. So Wilson stays in at quarterback. 4-man front for the Redskins, and here's Wilson. And zips it out, and the catch is made by Tubbs. Tubbs will be taken to the ground there by July Burnett. Nice play. Good throw, good catch. Defense was just, they're too far off of him. And maybe that's because they're a little concerned about the potential of him running by him, but you got to play a little bit tighter coverage on that. That's a West Virginia Governor's Highway safety program, first down. It's another stay focused, don't drive, distracted, first down. 1st and 10, Crawford back in, flips it to Tubbs, who makes the grab. Dews coming up to make the stop there for the Redskins, along with Shalik Hampton. Hampton starting at linebacker tonight. Was slated to be on the defensive line, but they moved him to linebacker for this game. Six-yard pickup. 3 wide to the far side for Vontae Crawford. Well, Crawford took over that quarterback spot last season for Huntington. We'll have player for Huntington jumping off sides there on the offensive line. So talked about the Carl Lee Award winner, and, they named these awards at those positions after a lot of greats. And the J.R. House Award named for the best quarterback in West Virginia each year. And that's who Crawford had to replace last year, was a two-time winner in Gavin Locko. Here is Crawford. This one will be short. Try to get it over there on the far side to Tavian Chandler.
Huntington has had a couple of penalties that I think that's hurting their drives. And I really believe that if they can control that, they've got an opportunity, because each first down, they've had 6, 7, 8 yards.
Really nice setting here for high school football on this Friday evening. It was 95 degrees when we got this one underway. As we're up here in the booth, we got a little breeze going here. Crawford launches, and that one is going to be picked. Sean Legros. Legros makes a cut. Sean Legros.
Great block.
We mentioned it a moment ago, Carl. His first year out for football, and first game takes it 90 to the house to tie it up.
What a play.
Sean Legros, basketball player, our touchdown sponsor this season, the University of Rio Grande in beautiful Rio Grande, Ohio. The school is going to have football in about a year with Quincy Wilson as the head coach.
As the head coach, I hear you.
So Seth Casto will look to tie it up here. And he does. Another look here, Carl.
He put it up, put too much air under it. And then this was just a good run. He's reading all the blocks. He got a bunch of great blocks. These type of turnovers can change the game.
So at the 4:43 mark, we are even at 7-7. Breaking the action here on FNR. University of Rio Grande, our touchdown sponsor this season on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports. So we've got one Carl Lee on the offensive side, and now Hurricane Answers with one on the defensive side. Our scoring summary sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm.
When I look at, I'm thinking about Huntington specifically, they have a great drive, go down and score. They come back, and now they throw an interception, and now the game's tied. I think if they can control themselves and continue to drive and make plays on offense, I think that could change. But if they have turnovers, that could be a problem for him.
Our OVP Health kickoff was put into the end zone. I thought there for a moment that one might go out of bounds, but stays in there for Casto. OVP Health. Visit ovphealthcare.org to learn more. So a 7-7 game, and the Huntington Highlanders back to work here after the turnover that was returned. 90 yards for the touchdown.
And Mark, they looked so good in the opening drive. It just seemed as though this game could get out of hand. But you've seen Hurricane be able to step up and come back and play good defense.
Tavion Wilson in at quarterback, and handoff is made, and a lot of red jerseys greeting Keegan Sack. And what a thrill for Keegan Sack, recruited by a lot of schools, but decides going to go to the Air Force Academy, play for the Falcons. Getting a chance to play anywhere is special, but the military academy.
When you go to the military academy, you're expecting something that is going to be tough.
Zod Jackson in motion. Give it to Sack, spinning his way for some tough yards.
Wow.
And still going. Keegan Sack staying on his feet and finally brought down by Noah Velatombi.
Now this is just individual effort. He should have been down 5 yards behind that. That's a football player right there.
Yeah, just talking about the young man. So another West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program first down for the Highlanders of Huntington High here. 7-7 game, and Zod Jackson coming around and getting the handoff, and Jackson was slowed up there by Velatombi.
Huntington's doing a lot of movement, a lot of motions, a lot of shifts, a lot of different things. I'm wondering if they're trying to get Hurricane in a bad situation.
Wilson the flip to Keegan Sack, and a nice hard run there. And it is Grace coming up and belting Sack out of bounds. Kylan Grace. So we'll bring up 3rd down 4 here for the Redskins in this opening quarter. Huntington 1 out of 2 on first downs. Here's Wilson, and Wilson faked it, and Wilson still on his feet. And Wilson takes it to the 44-yard line.
Huntington's using a lot of movement and misdirection, and it's allowing a lot of good runs.
Big rip there. 15-yard gain. First and 10 from the 44. Handed off to Zod Jackson, and Jackson bursting through the middle there. Nice gain for the standout off to WVU. How about that? I got a game here, and we got 2 young men that are going to play for the Mountaineers. Are going to be teammates.
They'll be
here.
Teammates, absolutely.
Tyshawn Dews for Hurricane, and young man who just ran the football, Zod Jackson. 6-yard pickup for Jackson. Wilson rolls. And firing, and Tubbs is alone and makes the grab. And Tubbs with the first down. Taken out there by Noshawn Hampton, but first down yardage. It's another stay focused, don't drive distracted. First down by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
He's coming across the field. The quarterback is just waiting on him to get there and just tosses it to him as everybody else is drifting to the sideline.
9 first downs for this Huntington team. That was a 23-yard pickup there. Highlanders on the move after giving up that 90-yard pass interception for a touchdown by Sean Legrose. And whistles sound. Flag dropped at the 15. Mr. Greer gives us the call.
They've had several calls of players moving, and I think that's the excitement of the game and being the first game.
So Huntington right at the 20-yard line in the red zone. Our red zone sponsor is Glenville State University. Glenville State University prepares and inspires students to be thoughtful, productive, engaged, and responsible citizens who contribute to the well-being of their community, state, nation, and world. Pioneer your future. So got a break here in the action, and well, tomorrow it will be the season debut of the Saturday Sports Showcase. Get that going at 11:30 as talk about that big showdown in Morgantown between Penn State and West Virginia, which will follow at noon. Marshall with a big game against Stony Brook. We're going to take on a team from the Colonial Athletic Association for a second straight year. The two of us will have the pleasure of calling that game. And, Charles Huff said this week, hey, Albany, and they remember what happened last year with Albany. And then Albany went on to have a sensational season. Right.
And I think, to your point, he's just trying to make sure that we can't overlook this team. We can't overlook any team. And hopefully they'll be ready to go.
Yeah, don't look beyond,
you
even
can't
though
do
there's
that.
a Virginia Tech and Ohio State
exactly.
in that September schedule. But we look forward to that. And, of course, we'll talk high school football as well on the Saturday Sports Showcase. Huntington 9 first downs, just one for Hurricane in this tie game. And Avante Crawford is back in the game and flings it into the hands of Za Jackson.
Those are like just a little glance routes inside, finding the gap between the safety and the linebacker. There's going to be that hole. If they can see it, throw it, catch it, they're going to get yards on it every time.
Under a minute to go here in this opening quarter of play. Huntington trying to get on the board for a second time in this contest. It was Avante Crawford hitting Jamari Tubbs. There you see the total yardage offensively here, and it's one-sided indeed. Wilson gets the snap, darting for the sideline, and a good job there by Noshawn Hampton to keep him from scoring.
And a strong stiff arm for a quarterback.
That will be another Governor's Highway Safety Program first down. Attorney Pat Jacobs has over 40 years of experience successfully representing injured and disabled clients throughout the state of West Virginia. Pat Jacobs, Jacobs Law Office, our stats sponsor throughout the season on Friday Night Rivals. Great to have all of you with us here. Steamy night for high school football. Games played last night, had a lot of big delays last night. Here is Zod Jackson, and Jackson lost the football, but it's scooped up by Wilson, and how about that?
That's crazy right there.
Tavion Wilson alertly as Hurricane was about to come up with yet another big stop defensively, and Tavion Wilson heads up play and scores the touchdown.
Huntington's going to have to make sure they hold on to the ball. They put the ball down a little bit.
Wilson will be the holder. Price looking for his second extra point of the game. Bangs it through, and it's a 14-7 lead for the Highlanders. There's another look, Carl.
He may not have gotten that ball on the handoff. It didn't look like he ever kind of got control of it. It might have hit his arm. But it turned into a touchdown.
So the Highlanders ready to kick it off again. Back in front here. 10 plays, 80 yards, takes 4:19 off the clock. And again, our scoring summary this season presented by Mark A. Hunt and Associates. Time now for another OVP Health kickoff. Visit ovphealthcare.org to learn more. Well, the big defensive play by Hurricane. And they'll get the football here, and they really want to do something now because they were stalled the first time around.
Yeah, I think it's important that they at least move the ball down the field. Even if they don't score, they've got to move the ball down the field so they can get more comfortable and confident that they can actually move the ball on Huntington's defense.
Dews is the deep man.
He can be dangerous.
July Burnett also back deep along with Sean Legros, and we saw what Legros is capable of with that 90-yard interception return for a touchdown. Price with a nice leg, and Dews will return it. Well, he lost the handle there, but I thought he was going to bring it out.
I did too. It looked like he was bringing it out. Did you think that could have been a fumble?
He was right there at the end zone, and Dan Greer stopped it quickly, so it will be Hurricanes football at the 20-yard line, so Noah Velatombi and company, they want to get this offense untracked. They've got a lot of weapons there to play with. You don't see it too often, Carl, but there are some pretty good kickers around. So now it's, if the ball enters the end zone at all, then it is coming out to the 20, and that's the case there.
Oh, okay.
Boy, he was so close. He was right there.
Yeah, he really was.
On that goal line here is Grace getting the call, and Grace gets it to the 24-yard line. Alan Grace playing with his brother last season. He's now at the University of Charleston running track. And that should do it here in this opening quarter of play. So Huntington's offense has punched it in twice, and a big 90-yard interception return by the Hurricane Redskins. Steamy, but a beautiful night for the opening night of our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports. Second quarter coming your way. Second quarter we go here on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals game of the week, and it's Huntington High on top of the Hurricane Redskins 14-7. Huntington 10 first downs to just 1 for Hurricane in the first quarter. They ran 23 offensive plays to just 6 for the Redskins. Total yards 180 to 13. Our stats provided by attorney Pat Jacobs, has over 40 years of experience successfully representing injured and disabled clients throughout the state of West Virginia. No Velatombi carrying there, so at the moment, offensively at least, Carl, one-sided for the Highlanders.
And I here's the thing that I'm thinking. Listening to you rattle off those stats, Hurricane's still in the game, and you would think with that kind of the statistics going on both sides that this game is pretty much a blowout, but it's still close.
Well, they get it into the hands of Dews, but a penalty marker comes from way back. They'd gotten that first down, a first down sponsored by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program. Dan Greer and his great crew going to talk it over here. Series edge goes to Huntington at 13-9. The teams have met twice in the playoffs, 2014 and 2017. Huntington won both of those, and both of those postseason encounters played inside of Bob Sang Stadium there on the Huntington High campus, 27-7 in 2014, and a great game in 2017, 28-27. Here's Velatombi getting it into the hands of Grace, and Grace powering his way for some yardage there before being bumped out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Braxton Mount, 210, a junior, gets him out of bounds. Second down and 6. Velatombi gets it into the hands of Grace. Well, not the most beautiful exchange you will see, but they get some yardage there, and now we'll bring up third down here for Hurricane.
And that exchange, when they're holding on to it or trying to take it, that slows down the actual rhythm of the play, and I think that's causing them some problems.
Grace again, and he will fight his way inside Huntington territory for another Governor's Highway Safety Program first down. It's another stay focused, don't drive distracted first down.
And you see the nice handoff there right up the middle, and good yardage.
Here is Grace once more. Grace, what is it they say, Carl? Starting to get lathered up, and Grace is
getting a rhythm now.
Takes that one to the 36.
Last 2 plays, 13 and 12.
He's gained 25 yards on his last 2 plays, and just about ready to have double-digit yardage again. He had a 13-yard pickup and a 12-yard pickup, and Grace will come out, and boy, he gets a little break here on this steamy night, and what a performance he's doing. Alexander Gregory, junior wide receiver, comes in, and this Redskin team, Carl, they're starting to pick up the pace.
They're finding that they can run the football inside and out. That line is doing a great job, and they're getting yardage.
It's going to be 3rd and 1. Bryce Wingfield, promising junior, in on the stop there for Huntington High. Huntington High with a pair of touchdowns in that opening quarter, and Hurricane, if you're just joining us, scored on a 90-yard interception return by Sean Legros. Velatombi riding his running back. Velatombi took a shot there as he rode that thing out there with his running back Gregory, and that's another first down for this Hurricane offense.
Huntington had a blitz coming on the outside, and I think that's who ended up getting the hit.
The West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program, our first down sponsor this season. And here is Gregory turning the corner inside of the 20 and stopped there by Wingfield as the Redskins enter the red zone, sponsored by Glenville State University. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
They're starting to get a good rhythm here now and a lot of confidence.
Bellatombi will keep, and Bellatombi crashes his way inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Landon Miller looked to be in there on the play for Huntington High. Also helping the cause there was Mason Ramsey, and here is Bellatombi. He tackled around the ankles, right around the 10-yard line. Coming up and making the stop there was Tavian Chandler. Good tackle by Chandler. And another West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program first down.
That tackle saved the touchdown.
Bellatombi takes the snap and rides it through, and here's Grace back to work, and Grace inside the 5. Taking a lot of white jerseys with him.
I know his dad was physically tough, and he seems to be just the same way.
Takes many.
Yes.
Ramsey up leading the charge. Good look there at Noah Bellatombi. Outstanding player for Hurricane. In his third season with the program. Very versatile. And really showed a lot of unselfishness a season ago. And here's Bellatombi. He'll take the snap. He knows how to find the end zone, and he does.
Really, really good drive for Hurricane.
A University of Rio Grande touchdown sponsored by the University of Rio Grande. They're not playing football yet at Rio Grande, but the Red Storm of Rio Grande. And there is Donnie Mays talking with his outstanding quarterback. Again, Bellatombi a year ago got into the end zone 20 times, 23 touchdowns as a sophomore there as the quarterback, and Casto with the nice leg swings it through, and we are tied at 14 here between Hurricane and Huntington. A good one here on our opening night for our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports. Noah Bellatombi evens things here in Putnam County.
Hey guys, we're actually here with Heaven Cheney. She's a senior drum major here for Huntington High School. Now you have to tell me the process. What exactly is a drum major and how do you get started in this?
Well, a drum major is whenever you are a leader for the band and you provide a sense of support and you're a good leader and you give them kind of like a human metronome during their show.
Awesome. And what's the most rewarding part about this entire experience, being a Huntington High School student and doing this?
I think probably seeing how much it actually impacts everybody. I'm really doing this for the band. I'm not really doing it for myself because I just want to be a really good leader for them to have somebody to look up to.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate you, Heaven, and Mark. We'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, Hannah. Yeah, you cannot have football and not have the bands. I mean, it adds so much to the atmosphere. We got a great atmosphere going here. A 14-14 game. Noah Velatombi in from 2 yards out. Carl, that's caps off a 15-play, 80-yard drive, 5:15 off the clock. Our scoring summary is sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. They had 6 first downs there on that drive.
That's the kind of drive that you want, because if you can continuously do that, you're consuming the clock and scoring. So I think that'll be something to watch if they can continue to do that the rest of the game.
And if you are Donnie May, certainly happy to see your offense produce.
Exactly.
So you got it on both sides here. 90-yard interception return by Sean Legros. So here's Casto. And he drills it, and it will be Zod Jackson to gather it in. Out over the 20, and Jackson turning the corner, and Zod Jackson hits it up to the 45-yard line, and out comes a flag. Well, I know it was close to the sideline.
Yes, it was very close. I don't know for sure.
Zod Jackson, such a tough player, and Dan Greer and his crew will talk it over.
And that's a tough play for the defender, because you don't know if he's gonna go out of bounds. If he does, and you're already committed and hitting, you're gonna get this flag.
Well, 15 yards on the end of the play.
That's great field position.
Well, Jackson, again, just that all-around player. Billy Seals, every coach is going to fight for their guys. Hey, he's the best in the state of West Virginia in his eyes. And did I mention he's won the Carl Lee Award twice?
Maybe once.
I gotta give you a little bit of love, my man.
I appreciate it.
All right, so great field position for the Redskins defense. They're going to have to really contend here against this Huntington team who's got the great field position. Here's Mr. Greer again. So again, Hurricane hit with the penalty.
They are hurting themselves, and it's not going to work out well if they continue to make these mistakes, get these penalties, because Huntington is going to get in the end zone.
Crawford is back in at quarterback, and he'll hand it off, and Keegan Sack journeys his way inside the 20 to around the 18-yard line. What a rip by Keegan Sack as takes it into the Glenville State University red zone, and another West Virginia Governor's Highway safety program first down. 22-yard gallop for Keegan Sack.
And I think that was part of that, because they were blitzing. They came off the right side. I think they had their outside backer blitz in, and it just opened up the hole.
Jaden Smith made the tackle for Hurricane, maybe a touchdown-saving tackle. So Huntington right back to work, pitch it out to Sack, who looks to turn the corner, and Sack slowed up there on the edge by Burnett for Hurricane. Keegan Sack, he'll head to the sideline. Looks like he may have a helmet issue. See C.J. Crawford there. He's a great football player, great athlete at Huntington High. Played at Marshall, also played at Charlotte.
He's that type of guy that if you have on your sidelines, every player on that team is going to respect him.
Well, Billy Seals certainly does. Been with Billy a long time. So Wilson, who's been at quarterback, he's in motion, and they give it to Zod Jackson. Mentioned that Huntington has a 13-9 lead in the series. They won 6 games here in Hurricane, so a 6-4 advantage. And in Huntington, it's a 7-5 lead for the Highlanders.
They're doing a lot of movement and shifting, and I think that could be part of the problem of guys getting a little bit antsy and moving before the snap.
Look at our penalty situation at the moment. Dan Greer wants some additional time added to the clock. I believe he said 6:28. The statistical note on the penalties presented by Pat Jacobs and Jacobs Law Office. Attorney Pat Jacobs has over 40 years of experience successfully representing injured and disabled clients throughout the state of West Virginia. So Avante Crawford and company working from the 14-yard line. Here is Zod Jackson. And Jackson zipping his way and still fighting.
And we have a flag.
Flag comes out. When you think about this drive for Huntington, all started with the outstanding kickoff return by Jackson, and then you had a penalty tacked on. Let's hear from Dan Greer. Another look here, Carl, at the hold.
Yeah, I think it was early in the play. One of the linemen, I think it was 62, that was actually holding on the edge, which allowed the back to get outside.
So they will mark the football at the 23. And it's a 2nd and 20 situation here. Long way to go here in this first half. 14-14 game. Avante Crawford awaits the snap. Sets up. Guns. Wilson. Touchdown.
Great throw. Just a simple post route. I'm not sure if that was zone or if it couldn't have been man-to-man because there was nobody in 5 yards of him.
Well, Wilson's had a busy night. That's his 2nd touchdown. Of course, he started the game at quarterback. Touchdowns presented this season by the University of Rio Grande in beautiful Rio Grande, Ohio. So we were even at 14, and Huntington has come right back and punched it in. Wilson, who just scored the touchdown, is the holder.
And we got a whistle.
Dan Greer, not only a great official, great guy. Not to tease him, though. He's gotten a lot of airtime here. and you know that's the last thing they want.
Exactly.
All right, so that's going to – but, you know, he does a great job and, you know, really explains it. And so they're going to place it down at the 10. Grady Franks is the snapper. Wilson the holder. Price the kicker, and it is good. Another look here, Carl.
Yes, that very well could be man-to-man, and that was trailing, but there was nobody down the middle of the field. So great throw, great catch.
So we have a break in the action here on FNR. Huntington back in front of the homestanding Hurricane Redskins.
Yes, sir.
And we discussed this once upon a time. We were in the same freshman football game against each other. Ninth grade. It was a daytime game, and I remember that you were Spring Hill, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was Ripley against Spring
Most
Hill.
people don't even remember Spring Hill.
Oh, I do. We lost. On the scoring drive for the Highlanders, 3 plays, 40 yards, 56 ticks off the clock. And our scoring summary this season sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates. And now there is Dews. And I'll tell you what, Price has a pretty nice leg on him as he delivers that OVP Health kickoff to the red. OVP Health. Visit ovphealthcare.org to learn more. Now, Hurricane led by Donnie Mays, ready to go back to work here offensively, and they had a wonderful drive there earlier to tie it at 14. Huntington got that nice kickoff return by WVU recruit Zah Jackson. I laid off the Carl Lee Award winner there.
I don't mind.
All right, Velatombi goes to work here. Guns it to Dews.
Oh.
And boy, oh my goodness.
And that wasn't really bad coverage. That was just a really good throw and good catch.
Well, you know, Dews, just one more possibility there of breaking free, and he would be gone. Nice play there defensively. Tavian Chandler, 13-yard pickup. Now get it into the hands of the young man who entered earlier, Alexander Gregory. He is listed as a wide receiver linebacker, but getting some calls there. We saw Grace, who was just having a monster performance in a drive, and then shifted it up there with Gregory, and here's Velatombi looking. He's got time, and no one home there.
I think Deuce hooked up, and Velatombi, I think he was thinking that he was going to go long.
That's where it should have been first time.
Billy Seals handles the defense for his Huntington program. Donnie Mays takes care of the offense for Hurricane. Here is Gregory, very shifty, and Gregory to midfield. And he will have the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program first down.
I think both of these offenses are really kicking now.
12-9.
Another first down call here. Gregory and churns for good yardage. Up 2nd and 5.
12-10.
So first downs for Huntington, 10 for the Redskins. Donnie Mays wants to talk with his crew here. And, you know, one thing that's impressive, and credit to the coaches, credit mostly to the trainers, is, you know, we haven't had anybody cramping up. We haven't, had any kind of heat issue at all. So it would appear, at least from our vantage point. All right. Lots of football on the opening Friday night of the high school football season in the great state of West Virginia. Friday Night Football Extra tonight at 11:10 on WCHS-TV, sponsored by the Thornhill Auto Group. Great folks that have been a part of that program for a long, long time. Kenny Bass, Doug Harlow, our weather guy, going to bring him into the studio tonight. Does a great job in many facets, and we'll see. We'll see if I can make an appearance tonight. Time will tell.
But to your point about cramping up, it is amazing that we haven't had somebody already cramping up with the temperatures and the pace of this game.
So Redskins returning to the field here and trying to get this baby even again. Game about an hour and 15 minutes old. Rhett McGrew's really a good player. He's going to go to Marshall. Number 15, tight end. He went in motion there, but here's Gregory. Churns his way for a West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program first down.
They're running the ball right at him. I mean, this is like right up the gut, and they're just great blocking, and he's just running as hard as possible.
Here's Velatombi, fires the pass, and boy, sliding attempt there in the direction of Burnett. Burnett, 5'11", 170, a junior.
He gets that pass off to where he can stay running and catching it. That's a touchdown.
No, Velatombi, there he is, number 7. He wears number 7 because that's the year he started playing football. He was 7 years old. Hand off to Gregory, who finds yardage. Gregory inside the 25-yard line. An impressive play here by Gregory. Bryce Winkfield made the stop. Another Governor's Highway Safety Program first down, and Hurricane goes right back to work here. Give it to Gregory, and Gregory carves his way for good yardage inside the 20-yard line. So they will operate in the Glenville State University red zone here.
They're riding that front offensive line. They're doing a great job of blocking.
Velatombi, ball is loose, and how about that? Just scoop it up as Grace returns, and just in time. And that is another first down. First downs presented by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program, and Grace looking. Boy, Grace does a nice job following the blockers.
Good patience as well.
And just got to keep those eyes up, don't you?
Yep. That offensive line, they're really blocking well.
Well, each team now with 12 first downs.
So far, this has been an offensive game for sure. The defense, there's been a defensive big play for the defense, but for the most part, this has been offense.
Lake Rose had the 90-yard interception return for Hurricane. It got them on the board, and we've got this offense moving here now. Grace goes in motion. Velatombi with a high step, and Velatombi fielded it well and does a beautiful job maneuvering his way to the 5-yard line.
Great hands.
Elias King making the stop.
And he's reading his blocks, and he's cutting back. That's a running back more so than it is a quarterback to me.
Zod Jackson got a hold of him too, and here's Grace. Touchdown, Hurricane.
We have to give some credit to that Hurricane offensive line. They've done a great job.
And Drake Lanham at left tackle, Braylon Brown, the left guard, Mason Martin, who is Lamar Martin, the defensive coach for this Hurricane program. It's his son. He's the center. Logan French is the right guard, and the right tackle is Ethan Chill. Rep McGrew is that outstanding prospect at tight end. And here is Casto, and he hammers it through. And this game is tied at 21-21.
You can just watch these linemen. They're blocking, and they're making movement and finding, and the backs are breaking off and finding holes.
So Grace takes it in there. 13 plays, 80 yards, 3:24 off the clock. Our scoring summary sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm.
Well, we talked about cramps. We've got somebody down. Looks like that's probably a cramp there.
I believe that maybe Dews. Tyshawn Dews.
Yeah.
And sports medicine staff here at Hurricane, Rick Meadows, Aaron Wingate. Hurricane 8-3 a season ago. The Parkersburg Big Reds rolled into town here. Matt Kimes, native of Parkersburg, former Big Red football player, and what was a big win for his team at 47-23. Coming up on our Huntington Mall halftime report, we'll go around to the two schools here, Huntington High and Hurricane High, tell you what they are doing as the new school year gets underway, and then we'll introduce you to our Downtown Ford Scholar Athlete of the Week from both Hurricane and Huntington. We'll have our Big Sandy Superstore check presentation as well. Casto squibbing this one. Zaw Jackson gathers it in at the 14.
He's got a block.
Has a block, but there is a flag out. In fact, there's two out. Yeah. I think they're going to bring this one back. And I never, ever tried to officiate, but I saw one. I did see one. I wasn't going to say it, though, unless they called it. Dan Greer. But you go back to that game they lost a year ago, that being Hurricane to Parkersburg. And Parkersburg goes on the road again, and they are in a battle with Princeton, a very tight game, high-scoring game. And then Princeton pulls that out, and then Princeton has that epic game with Bridgeport that just, I think, blew up the scoreboard down there at Honeycutt Stadium in Princeton. And the Princeton Tigers went on to play for the state championship against Martinsburg, and that was the team that defeated Huntington, who was trying to get back to Wheeling Island Stadium. So, boy, sometimes, and I know I talked to Coach Kimes from Parkersburg this August, and he said, well, you look at what happened, and you're so close. Here's Crawford launching, and the catch will be made. Beautiful pass right in stride. Crawford delivers the strike to Tavian Chandler for the Governor's Highway Safety Program, first down. What a beauty.
That was a beautiful throw and a great catch. And the other side of that, it was decent coverage as well. That was just a great throw and a great catch.
42-yard pass and catch. Right
Michelle,
back
if
to
you
work
want anything with this number 0.
Crawford delivers, Wilson catches, and Grace bumps him out of bounds. A great atmosphere here tonight in Hurricane. Everybody's been waiting for this game. Both teams expecting big seasons, and what a way to open it up. First down by Grace, or by Wilson there. Grace got him out of bounds, but not before he will produce another first down.
And if you like offense, this is your game tonight for sure.
Billy Seals looking for win number 125 in his great career. As the head coach of the Highlanders, boy, what a catch there by Wilson. And they teach you to use those hands,
yep.
And boy, he does as he gets the Governor's Highway Safety Program first down again. There's a kid that's being looked at by many, 6'3", 210, just a junior.
And this is not an easy throw nor a catch. That's an out route, which forces the quarterback to throw it with the timing and some distance.
Two good players right there. Wilson made the grab, and Grace stopped him. But it's a fresh set of downs for Crawford and company. And here's Keegan Sack spinning his way through all kinds of traffic. And Grace coming in to help with the tackle.
Huntington subbing quite a few guys out.
Well, you have depth, and you definitely need to utilize it on a night like tonight.
For sure.
Again, but I've been impressed with both teams, how they've handled it, because, they've had to practice in this,
yeah.
Carl. I mean, there's been situations as Sack just continues to rack up the yards there on that run. Obviously the heat would get to a certain point as Sack brings us another Governor's Highway Safety Program first down for the Highlanders, but they would maybe go to the evening, when it was a bit cooler, but even in the evening time, it was not that much cooler.
And I don't know if you can actually just say you can adjust yourself to this kind of heat. It's unbearable.
Crawford gets the snap. Sack gets the handoff, and helmet comes off, and continuing to fight for the end zone, and Sack is in for the TD. Sponsored by the University of Rio Grande.
That's just power running right there. He got a lot of blocking, but he was wrapped up. He just kept pushing.
Well, the Highlanders didn't waste much time. We have an injured player down. And that would appear to be number 2 for the Redskins, Noshawn Hampton, Shalik Hampton's younger brother. That was a 6-play, 89-yard drive, 2:12. Elapses off the clock, and our scoring summary presented by Mark A. Hunt and Associates.
I'll say it again, Mark. This has been an offensive game for sure. The stats are not going to reflect great defense at all.
Price, the hold by Wilson, and up and through for a 28-21 lead. Here we go.
This is just effort. Again, he's wrapped up, and he's just pushing and pulling and trying to get to the end zone, and he got there.
Well, Donnie Mays and company, 37.2 ticks left here in this first half of action. Very entertaining.
If you enjoy offensive football and scoring, this was the game that you wanted to come to.
Huntington took the opening kickoff and scored. They've added 3 since. Hurricane with 2 offensive touchdowns, and they do have the 90-yard interception return. Sean Legros got the Redskins on the board. The offensive totals right now, total yards, 319 to 178 in favor of Huntington. And again, our stats this season presented by Pat Jacobs and the Jacobs Law Office. Attorney Pat Jacobs has over 40 years of experience successfully representing injured and disabled clients throughout the state of West Virginia. Price ready for the OVP health kickoff. He's got 4 extra points here in the game. And Donnie Mays, just wouldn't mind seeing one just take him back to the house. Legros is now in the middle for the Redskins, and that one will be buried into the end zone, about 8 yards deep into the end zone.
That's a strong leg there.
And it's one of those things, if you got some ability at kicking, and that's one of those, it's kind of like the basketball. You just go out and you shoot, and you're going to become a pretty good shooter. And, kicking's the one thing, you can do a lot of it on your own.
Yes, and get good at it.
All right, we'll see what Coach Mays has dialed up here for the final 30-plus seconds of this first half. Season opener here in the great state of West Virginia. Friday action, that is. Thursday games last night, but there were some good ones. Velatombi will hand it off, and Grace will get the call.
Looks like they're going right back to the line.
Kylan Grace, he's been impressive here, running the football. He gets away from one tackler, and then Grace.
And he gets out of bounds.
And who's there but Tavion Wilson? He's been everywhere tonight.
Yes.
Does get the first down, presented by the Governor's Highway Safety Program. And you look at Tavion Wilson back there, Carl, just that great frame. Snap it to Velatombi, who will hand it to Grace. And Grace, well, just trying to collect what he can. Friday Night Football Extra tonight at 11:10. WCHS. And Grace a little slow getting up there. Coach Mays.
Got 13 seconds to go. You're either going to have to make that decision of going deep and testing the secondary, or go in at the halftime and take what it is now.
Well, Coach Mays, longtime coach at South Charleston, your alma mater, and was then later the head coach. And all told, during his time there, 36 players to make it to the Division I level, and 2 NFL guys, and Aaron Dobson.
Which was a good one.
Yeah, no doubt. He is now coaching at Marshall. Still remembered for that great catch that he made in the corner of the end zone. Of course, Demir Pitts getting a look. Handed off, and here is Gregory, and Gregory will be corralled there by Winkfield. Well, you had yourself, you had Anthony Bass, had those 2 gentlemen we spoke of. Of course, I think Robert Alexander, the late, great Robert Alexander, and of course, can't forget our guy, the Hawk, Alex Hawkins.
Yep.
Had the pleasure of meeting him, and what a funny guy. What a funny guy. And he got into broadcasting. He was a long-time broadcaster, did NFL games for CBS, and actually did a lot of broadcasting work for TBS in its early days. He was a great collegiate player at South Carolina, and then went to the NFL with the old Baltimore Colts.
You say the old Baltimore Colts. I remember playing against them. They were the
Baltimore Colts, right?
You're dating me.
But we are the same age.
I'd like to be able to say I don't remember when they were
in Baltimore.
Yeah, they weren't there.
You also remember the old Cleveland Browns. And now,
see, why do you got to go there?
And now they have the Browns again.
You don't have to bring these things up.
I got some guys I went to college with, played football with, boy, they were Browns fans, and they were on a roll today with the text messages and the group text.
I grew up a Browns fan.
And I'm just like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. 3rd down and 3 here. Ball at the 42-yard line. Velatombi will hand it to Gregory, who slammed straight ahead and met there by Winkfield, and then others will join him. And that is going to bring our first half of action to a close.
What a great half.
Yes, 28-21. Well, Donnie Mays had his team in scrimmages against Parkersburg South and the Oak Hill Red Devils. And now opening up here with Huntington, and Billy Seals had that one scrimmage with the Ashland Tomcats. And so now the teams are heading to their respective locker rooms. And Hannah Klein is standing by with the head coach of the Redskins, Donnie Mays. Take it away, Hannah.
Well, Coach, I really want to first start and talk about the beginning of that game. There was that 90-yard pick. Do you feel like that kick started the team?
We just didn't really even have the ball in the first quarter. We had we got a first down, and then we started going backwards, so that hurt. And then after that pick, it just kept the defense on the field a little bit. So the defense is taking a lot of snaps tonight, but we finally got into a little groove offensively. We just got to find a way to force some turnovers.
And with that groove, I know Deuce went down and he was messing with that leg. Is there any update at all on him?
I don't know. I mean, we really haven't checked on that too much because it's probably just like cramps, stuff like that. So we should be fine.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it. Guys, I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Hannah. And we will look forward to a big halftime and a big second half of action here at McGee Field inside Redskins Stadium on the campus of Hurricane High School. The visiting Huntington Highlanders with the 28-21 lead at the break for halftime coverage. Coming up here on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Eyewitness Sports. Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened.
Tell me, this has been multiple years in a row. How awesome is it to be back?
It's great to be back. I love all the local high schools and the students and the families that come here to the mall. So to be able to support this again is a really great thing.
And I know here at the mall, you guys have been expanding these last few months as well.
Yes, we've got so many new exciting additions we want people to come and check out, especially Dave & Buster's. It's just a great place. What is it, to eat, watch, and play? Yep.
Awesome. Well, anything else you want to add? I always really want to focus on the community.
Yeah, absolutely. We do so much here at the mall, and if everybody wants to just visit huntingtonmall.com, we have events listed up through November now. So, yeah, we got a lot going on.
Awesome, Margie. Well, I appreciate you, and more Friday Night Rivals coming up after this.
What was
How important is this?
Oh, it's huge, and we're just super appreciative to receive this. There are always needs in a high school, and this will be put to good use.
And I know I'm putting you on the spot, but do you know any idea what that $500 may be going towards?
Specifically, not really, but we really lean on our football program, and this is considered part of our football program to support all of our other sports here. So there, like I said, there are many needs, and we'll definitely use it.
Well, Jeff, I really appreciate you. And again, this is a halftime interview brought to you by Big Sandy Superstore.
Big Sandy Superstore is the one-stop shop for all of your home furnishings and appliances needs. It's why we've been ranked as one of the fastest-growing home furnishing retailers in the country, with locations in Kentucky, Ohio, and West Virginia. Stats from the first half, and Huntington at 319 to 205 in total yards. And the Redskins, they'd love to get that passing game going, Carl.
Yeah, that's where they're lacking. But again, I think this has just been such an offensive game on both sides.
And our stats here at halftime being presented by Pat Jacobs and the Jacobs Law Office. Attorney Pat Jacobs has over 40 years of experience successfully representing injured and disabled clients throughout the state of West Virginia. We got to bring this up while we can, because we're going to get into a great second half here. South Charleston and Ripley are playing tonight. Didn't really dawn on me that your alma mater and my alma mater, and
we're playing each other,
and they're in a lightning delay.
That's crazy. This has been a great night, other than the heat, but and then there you think they're in a delay.
And a great high school football story is tomorrow. Payton City's going to play a high school football game, and there was fear that earlier in the summer they were going to shut down that school. And, I mean, these poor kids all summer long, they didn't know they were going to get to go to Payton City, if they were going to have to move to Magnolia. And, boy, they put up the good fight there. And so those kids hung in there. And so we wish the Wildcats the best of luck tomorrow. So we are set for second half action here in a 28-21 game. Sean Legros took an interception, 90 yards for a touchdown, to put Hurricane on the board here. And he awaits the kick from Jordan Price. Jordan Price has been impressive with his leg. Squib this one, and Legros will scoop it up. Or check that. That was Dews, not Legros.
Yeah.
And Legros back there as well, but Tyshawn Dews, any way you can get the ball into the hands of that young man.
He's shifty and he's fast. That was good coverage, though.
So Huntington won it last year, 28-6, and here they are with 28 points here at halftime. Bellatombi lost the football on the snap and does a good job of recovering, but there's going to be lost yardage on the play.
And that's not really how you want to start out your first drive after halftime. But it was a high snap.
Thank you.
Huntington last year at home, 28-6. 24-21 in 2022 and 38-0 in 2021. So riding a 3-game winning streak in this series.
That's a forward pass.
And get it into the hands of Grace. And that is a pass. We're blessed here in this game, Carl. Of course, we have Robert Stegall, who's with us every Friday for Friday Night Rivals. But we also have down to our right Jimmy Morgan, who's been with not only Huntington High School for many years and does such a great job with so many ways, but also Marshall University. So, tell you what, I'm not sure we are.
we shouldn't mess up.
Two great ones. Here's Bellatombi. He does a nice job sidestepping there and then guns it. And catch made there by Shalik Hampton. Another look.
Good patience in the pocket, and he just rolled a little bit and then found him open and completed the pass. Good throw, good catch, positive yards.
Well, it was 4th and 1.
Yes.
It was 4th and 1, and you look there and you think, okay, and boy, they quickly draw the Highlanders off sides.
I looked up and I saw the 4 light up on the yard marker, and I was like, are they going for it? And then they jumped. Then Huntington jumped.
So a first down by the penalty. First downs presented by the Governor's Highway Safety Program of West Virginia as Grace grinds for yardage.
He's a tough back. He's taking the ball up the middle. He's getting hit, and he's just spinning and rolling off of it.
Gains 4 on the play. Gregory will check back in here for the Redskins. Looking to take this opening drive of the half and stick it in and tie the game. Handoff, Gregory, and Gregory journeys his way near midfield. Good play by Gregory, and that gets another first down for this Hurricane Redskin team.
Again, good blocking, good running, and positive yards.
McGrew the wing. Hand it off, and here's Gregory, and good defense.
Good defense.
Keegan Sack slipping through and making the tackle. The Air Force recruit.
Discipline. That's what comes with that.
Second and 13 from the 45-yard line. Velatombi fakes, rifles, catch made by Dews at the 45-yard line, and
it's a great throw, great catch. I think there was a little bit of issues with him throwing him on his back.
Tavian Chandler, he came up holding the back of his calf. We've got Grace down there below working with him on the Hurricane sideline. And these kids playing their hearts out.
And that heat's it hasn't really let up yet.
And you think about the officials out there
Yeah.
just moving up and down the field. Dan Greer and his great crew. You know, David Price, the executive director of the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission, you know, just talking about the need for officials in the state and the people that come to games. They just need to understand, you know, how hard it is.
Yes.
And it would be much fun without them. We got a break in the action. Huntington by 7 on Hurricane here on FNR.
We're here at West Virginia State Police Academy, and I'm actually here with Sergeant Allen. They are one of the sponsors here for Friday Night Rivals. Now, this is the first year you guys are sponsors. Why is this so important?
This is a big recruiting year for us. We just kicked off our campaign for the 74th Cadet class. Testing starts next month.
And then tell me the benefits in doing this.
We got pretty good benefits. We start at $61,000 a year pay, great health insurance, great retirement, and a good family environment to work in.
And how many weeks does this usually take?
It's a 24-week academy, and then you're assigned your duty station.
Awesome. You were telling me it's really like a family here. Why were you saying that?
We take care of each other. We're here for each other, and we take care of the state of West Virginia really well.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, and guys, I'll go ahead and send it back.
All right, thank you very much, Hannah, with the West Virginia State Police, formed in 1919 and is the nation's fourth oldest state police organization. The West Virginia State Police want to remind you, drive sober or get pulled over. Here's Velatombi on 4th and 4, and Velatombi is going to be stopped. Good job by the Highlander prevent unit. There you had Bryce Winkfield, who's played a nice game here tonight. Landon Miller was there. And Velatombi put it into the hands of the great quarterback. But on that particular play, it would be the Highlanders getting the stop.
They played. That was a well played. And I don't know if I'm punting that and putting them in deep in back close to the end zone and have to drive the whole length of the field. Now you're giving them an opportunity at the 45.
Well, Jackson came in motion and gets the pitch from Crawford and turns out some good yardage as this drive starts at the 45-yard line. Great looking uniforms by both teams too. Really
I do like both of them.
They pop. The numbers are big. And guys like us, we
as old as we are, we need
the
to
easiest
see it.
is to read. The easier, the better. All right, Dan Greer, our lead official tonight, getting the time adjusted to 7:34. Andreas Reese is in the backfield for Huntington now, and he does some moving around. But here's Keegan Sack, who will fight his way to the 42-yard line. Good job by Keegan Sack as he produces another West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program first down.
Mark, I like the way that Huntington's moving in the backfield. It's forces the defense to wonder what's getting ready to happen, and then something else happens without, it has nothing to do with that motion.
Crawford will hand it, and straight ahead goes Sack. Well, Sack's turned into a really good offensive player, defensive player. Boy, had he been a defensive lineman, would he have had the perfect name?
Yeah, for sure.
Darian Davis, number 99 there for Hurricane, help clogging up that middle there. 2nd and 7 here. Chandler comes wide to the near side. And here's the handoff to Keegan Sack. Sack looking for room, and Sack taken down at the 35-yard line. And Sack can get ahead of steam there. And he's got great speed, hard to bring down, but nice tackle made there by Devon Short, 6'1", 200-pound sophomore.
Yeah, they're putting him in motion, then handing him the ball. Now he's in full speed, and he's got blockers out ahead of him.
Well, they have the 7-point lead. Carving away some of that clock here's Crawford firing it out, and nice catch made on the perimeter by Tubbs, and that will be another West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program first down.
Just a little quick out. It's a long ball to throw for the quarterback, but it's an easy catch for the receiver.
And the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program encourages everyone, stay focused, don't drive distracted. Crawford handing it to Sack, and Sack.
Ball.
And the ball is loose. I think the Highlanders again getting a break. Hannah Klein down below. Hannah, take it away.
Yeah, Mark, you may notice officials are wearing black armbands for tonight's game. This is to honor Jim Perry, who passed away here in Hurricane at the age of 81. And he was the past president of the Kanawha Valley Football Officials Association and served association with honor. Now, these officials say he will forever be missed on the football field, Mark.
All right, thank you, Hannah. A great gesture by these wonderful officials. Another pass to Tubbs, and Tubbs, a shoelace tackle there by Hurricanes Burnett. Saw Doug Spry earlier tonight. Of course, Doug is over the officials for the MSAC. Great official himself, was a great athlete back in the day. And, when you talk about football, and it's a coaching fraternity, it's a player fraternity, it's certainly an officials fraternity.
For sure, for sure. Those guys create a team and a bond that comes with it that the fans, that they don't really understand that part of it.
I've talked to a lot of officials. They say one of the greatest things is just on those Friday nights, the drives.
Yeah.
Drives to the game and
Yeah.
stopping somewhere to get something to eat. Hand it off, fans straight ahead. Zaw Jackson inside the 10-yard line as this Huntington team is operating in the Glenville State University red zone. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University. Boy, what a hole.
Yes. I might even have been able to get through that hole. I mean, that O-line is doing a great job.
You and Donna could have rode your bikes right through that
We
hole.
could have rode the bikes through for sure.
10-yard pickup for Jackson. And, of course,
it's a big series here for Huntington.
Boy, Huntington has just really marched its way down the field. And here's Jackson again. Boy, great moves by Jackson, and gets it to around the 1. And again, he wins the award that's named in your honor, and you think defense, but boy, this kid is an offensive player.
He's a great offensive player, and he's following his blockers. I mean, look at the blocking. That's just great.
Hurricane going to try to stop the Highlanders here. 2nd and goal. No lead has been bigger than 7 in the game, and get it to Tavion Wilson, and Wilson. How about Davis, the big guy, number 99, coming from behind to keep Wilson out of the end zone.
And he's slow to get up.
That's Wilson that's going to trot off there.
Maybe a cramp.
I mean, how nice is it if you are Billy Seals? You see C.J. Crawford there. Another look here. If you have Crawford and Wilson that can take those snaps.
You're pretty fortunate, that's for sure.
And then they can turn and give it to guys like Sack and Zaw Jackson. All right, so Crawford's back in. Sack's in the backfield. 3rd down play here.
I think this is 2-down territory. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Crawford will hand it to Sack, and Sack.
But they won't need it. Right up the gut.
Touchdown, and our touchdowns this season presented by the University of Rio Grande in beautiful Rio Grande, Ohio, home of the Red Storm.
You know, they talk about the O-line not getting a lot of credit. Both of these teams' success has really been because of the offensive line.
Up front there, you got Mason Ramsey, Aaron McPherson, Titus Pratt Colin Gadd, Wyatt Atkins, Price drills through his 5th extra point of the night. Keegan sack.
I mean, you've got defensive linemen that are actually in the end zone because the offensive line are blocking them that far.
Well, it was an 11-play, 55-yard drive that takes 5:17 off the clock, and there is Billy Seals and his crew at the moment up 14 on Hurricane here on FNR. Summary sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. Again, 11 plays, 55 yards, 5:17 off the clock. Keegan Sack takes it in for the touchdown. And, well, we've had 7-0 game, a 7-7 game, 14-7, 14-14, 21-21, 28-21. So now this is our biggest lead of the game here, and the Highlanders own it at the moment.
And both of these teams have been chewing up the clock when they get the ball. So I don't know how many more possessions that we will actually see. So I think it's really challenging for Hurricane. They're going to need to score in this possession.
Price lifting it skyward and gathering it in.
Whoa.
And room here. How about Hampton? And Hampton will finally be taken down. Number 2, Shalik Hampton. And catching up with Hampton is Reese, number 2, for the Highlanders. A touchdown saving tackle. Well, you were talking about, well, they haven't scored yet, but boy.
But it looks better for him now.
Was that 2 or was it 5?
5 was the return man.
Okay.
I don't know who made the tackle.
All right, so forgive us. We said it was Hampton, no Sean Hampton, but it was actually 5, July Burnett, who makes that beautiful return.
Beautiful run. And they needed that.
So Burnett goes 83 yards, and then straight ahead is Gregory. So how about July Burnett? He gathered that in. It was a high kick, beautiful kick by Price, and he gathered in. So now Velatombi and Gregory discuss something there, and Velatombi gets the handoff, and here goes Gregory up into Zod. Jackson will make the stop.
Hurricane has had some big plays to be able to kind of keep themselves in the game.
Well, they had the 90-yard interception return by Sean Legros. There's Gregory, and boy, just being bounced around there in a high traffic area.
Yeah, the defensive line played that inside run very, very well.
Well, quickly, Carl, it's 4th down after the big run.
Yes. This is a big play here.
Velatombi pulled him off sides earlier. Velatombi rolls. Velatombi being pursued, and he fired it in the direction of his big tight end, Rhett McGrew. And, boy, what a job by Keegan Sack. He hit Velatombi just as he released that football.
That is really, really good defense right there now.
Well, a golden opportunity for Hurricane slips away there following that electrifying 83-yard kickoff hauled in by Burnett.
If Hurricane can stop them without allowing them to get any kind of good field position, the very first thing you can think about is having good field position if they force them into punt. The question is, can they stop them?
Hand it off to Keegan Sack, and Sack will roll his way up to the 10. Gain of 4. You look there at Crawford. And
good
down
defense.
Quickly goes Sack. Well, big night here, our opener of FNR. Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Eyewitness Sports, and that will do it here in this third quarter of action. Away we go to the fourth. Huntington High on top by 14 over the Hurricane Redskins on this season debut of FNR. I mean, that's just those some of these things. They got to let us know how many times we're supposed to do it. And I mean, I had my eye on it. I didn't know if that was an end of the game thing or what. But yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's give them.
Section here at Hurricane High School. Now, I really want to know, does it feel like it's football season already?
Oh, yes it does. Yes it does.
Yes, it does.
Yes it does, baby.
Awesome. Now, I go to a lot of schools, and I want to see what is the loudest student section. So I have to know, is this right here at Hurricane High School the loudest student section? Let me hear. Go ahead.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. All right. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. Go Redskins, go Redskins, go. Go Redskins, go Redskins, go. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. Go Redskins, go Redskins, go. Go Redskins, go Redskins, go.
All right, guys, I don't know. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Hannah, great job. And that Redskin cheering section, they got a lot of work to do here. They got to help their team try to pull this one out right now. They start this fourth quarter down by 14, and Huntington back with the football. And last time we saw them with the football, Carl, they kept it for 11 plays and scored.
Yes, and it's just been ball control that Huntington has been able to do all night long. And if they can continue to do that, it's going to make it really, really tough to make up 2 touchdowns.
Pass intended there for Tavion Wilson. Well, if you are a football player, how about Wilson? I mean, it is just, he's everywhere. I mean, he's catching, he's throwing, he's handing off, he's running, and he is tackling. And they are going to do something they haven't done all night, and that is punt it away. Hurricane has just 1 punt as well, and that was on the opening drive. So it's taken a while here, but a good job by the defense of the Redskins, guided by Jeff Humphreys. A nice little return there. And that was Jaden Smith, the senior, 6'1", 170, corralling that in and getting it to the 32-yard line. We talked earlier, they had that big kickoff return for a touchdown, a kickoff return that did not result in a touchdown. Now here they are with a pretty nice punt return, and they got to see if they can punch it in and get within 7 here.
They've got great field position. They need to not only just score, they need to score in a hurry, because this game has been deadlocked with possessions, with teams taking 4 and 5 minutes.
It was a 35-yard punt by Price, 15-yard return by Smith. And here goes Noah Velatombi to work. Gets the snap, and Velatombi finding an opening, and Noah Velatombi, basically look back on what he did a year ago. He knows what to do with the football in his hands, and races off for another West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program first down.
I mean, they've got no backs in the backfield. He's just the only back. He has the ability to run at any time.
Launches, and what
and
a
a throw. What a throw. And a great catch.
Shalik Hampton right there near the pylon. University of Rio Grande sponsored touchdown, and Hurricane strikes here early on in this 4th quarter on FNR.
As great a catch as that was a beautiful throw.
Casto puts it up, puts it through.
We got another, we're back into the game now.
35-28. Now you go back, and the defense did its job, forced that first punt of the season, and Price punting from the end zone. It was a nice return by Smith. Velatombi had the good run, and then Velatombi drills that rope into the hands.
This is a great throw.
Wow. Of Shalik Hampton. Pretty good coverage.
It was good coverage.
Two plays, 32 yards, 21 seconds off the clock, and a 21-yard pass play from Velatombi to that gentleman right there, Shalik Hampton.
21 seconds off the clock.
And here we are with a 7-point difference once again. Each team with 19 first downs in the game. When the aroma of Friday night from the concession stand.
We were talking about popcorn. We were talking about popcorn earlier.
And I think I'm smelling donuts. Kind of late in the day. Well, I don't know if it's ever late in the day for donuts. Not sure if that's what, but boy.
For sure not popcorn. You can have popcorn anytime.
How about this now? A little pooch kick there, and boy, penalty flag comes out. Good heads-up play there by Winkfield as Casto just punched that one up and trying to catch them off guard here. And a penalty flag out.
I'm not sure what the flag was.
So penalty will go against Huntington.
It's a holding, and it's going to be a 10-yarder.
March it off here. In a 13-9 Huntington edge in the series. They've won 3 in a row. Both of these programs will play Martinsburg this season. Here's another look at it. Must have been somewhere in
on the outside, yeah.
Gathering there. So now here is Wilson at quarterback and gets it into the hands of Zod Jackson. Donnie Mays, a graduate of Herbert Hoover High School and played for the late great Joe Eddie Calley, coached with Coach Calley there on the Elk River. And what a win his alma mater had last night. They were down 16 to Independence, which was a rematch of a state championship game a couple of years ago, and Joey Fields' crew pulls out the victory. The game didn't start till 10 o'clock last night due to lightning. And tough running there by Keegan Sack. Gets it to the 35-yard line. We'll see Hoover later in the season on a Thursday night. We have a Thursday night game coming up next week as the battle for the hatchet, Ravenswood and Ripley. Well, that hatchet battle's been buried for a few years, but it comes to life at Spano-Taylor Stadium at Flynn Field.
You were talking about those late game starts, man. I don't know how you could be excited about starting the game around 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock even.
Here is a pass and nearly picked off by the Redskins. Trying to get it into the hands of Wilson. Legros was there. And also there was Burnett. Boy, Burnett had that great kickoff return earlier. And
he put way too much air under that. I mean, everybody can make a break. Any defensive back can make a break to that ball.
Like that was no Sean Hampton, the other defender there. But Legros almost had another interception. Jaden Smith will drop back deep. So a second consecutive punt here for the Highlanders. Ball going to be spotted there at the 35-yard line. And Price puts his powerful leg into it. And Smith lost the handle and has to fall on it at the 34-yard line. $32-yard punt there. Well, next Thursday, it will be the battle of the Ripley Vikings and the Ravenswood Red Devils as they play for the hatchet. And Jim Mahan scheduled to return. He played for Ravenswood. I played for Ripley. What's going on here? Got these. So, boy, but what having the pleasure to have played in that game back in the day in the 70s, and oh my goodness,
and knowing what it's like.
What crowds? What crowds? So it's good to see it back. They haven't played since 2020. Ravenswood will play its first game on a brand new turf. Matt Peary is in his first year as the head coach, and here is a pass to Velatombi. From Velatombi and right on stride there with Burnett. What a catch by Burnett. He took a shot as he gets the first down.
That was a great throw, too.
First downs presented by the Governor's Highway Safety Program. Football was loose there, and I don't think they ever got on the ground. Boy, unfortunate there for Hurricane.
Yes.
There's an injury.
That is a tough fumble there to give up.
It's Tubbs.
Looks like he's cramping.
Scored the first touchdown of the game. Donnie Mays goes out to check on Tubbs, who runs off. Talking to Billy Seals last night. He was at soccer match there at Huntington. Man, it's hard to believe. He has 2 sons, and his oldest, Bryce, is a senior and playing goalie there for Huntington High. This is the highest scoring game in this series since 2010. Wilson gets off the field, and now a flag comes out.
Flag, yeah.
Now you go back to that 2010 game. Hurricane wins it 53-28. Right now, the Redskins with 28 and trying to get another stop. They have forced Huntington into a punting situation. 2 consecutive drives. Here's Crawford. He'll hand it to Sack, and Sack finds daylight. Keegan Sack racing to the 29-yard line. Leg roast with a touchdown saving tackle.
It's a huge, huge play for Huntington. Great blocking up front. Great explosion. He's in the secondary, and once he's in the secondary, he's dangerous.
29-yard pickup for the West Virginia Governor's Safety Program, first down. And thank all of our great sponsors and the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program, first down. It's another stay focused, don't drive distracted first down. Crawford gets the snap. Sack gets the handoff, and Sack. Powerful run there. Taken down by Hampton for the Redskins, and that puts them in the Glenville State University red zone. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University, and another Governor's Highway Safety Program first down.
This running game is just overpowering Hurricane at this moment and chewing the clock.
Well, Hurricane had a couple of opportunities. They had the big, long kickoff return that resulted in being stopped on 4th down. They had a nice punt return and fumbled it away. Crawford pitching to Zod Jackson, and Jackson.
Good blocking out on the outside.
And Jackson found that hole. Gets taken out over on the far side by Shalik Hampton. And 2 outstanding players right there. Boy, Jackson, it seems like nothing phases him. He just adjust the gloves here a little bit and let's get right back to work.
Give me the ball again.
Second down, 1 from the 11. Hand it to Sack, and Sack will be taken down. Good defense there.
Good penetration.
Ethan Chill. How about that name on a steamy night for high school football? Ethan Chill.
I wish we'd get a little chill.
6'3", 240, senior. Outstanding player for Donnie Mays here at Hurricane. Out over the football for Huntington High is Titus Pratt. Snapping it to Crawford, and Crawford to Sack, and Sack goes down.
Good penetration. Huntington's going to have to understand they're likely to be blitzing because that's all they've got. And so if they can get an opportunity to get the ball off, they may be okay. But right now they're blitzing extra guys.
Joey Keanu makes the stop. Keanu, 5'11", 225, a senior. Well, it looks like they're going to bring Price in to attempt a field goal here, be a 35-yarder. Wilson, the holder.
Yes, 35.
And it is up, and it is good.
Wow.
When you talk about impressive performances tonight, that both kickers, and that's certainly that young man right there.
Yes.
So that makes it a 38-28 count, 6:32 remaining. A dandy opener here on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Eyewitness Sports. Back to Hurricane in a moment. Morgantown, Penn State, and West Virginia. Noon kickoff at Milan Pushkar Stadium. Don't miss the big noon kickoff show at 10 o'clock on Fox 11. And we're delighted to have that game. Penn State and West Virginia will be the 61st meeting. Played last year. And how about this? Our new look Champions of the Game trophy. Tri-State Trophies providing that beautiful award that will go to the winner of tonight's game. And both of these programs have a few of our Champions of the Game trophies down through the years of FNR. And who will it be tonight? Huntington right now in the lead. Our scoring summary, it was 6 plays, 38 yards, 2:56 off the clock. Scoring summary presented by Mark A. Hunt and Associates. And Jordan Price drilled a 35-yard field goal. And he tees it up. We saw Hurricane with an 83-yard kickoff return in this game. But they were unable to capitalize. Price bangs this one and no chance. Well, what a weapon in high school football if you have a good kicker.
Absolutely, because most teams have a guy back there that can actually turn the game around. They can take it to the house. Now he doesn't even get a chance.
Again, they had the Fulton Walker Award winner as their kicker, that being Huntington High, and Johnny I. Really nice young man. A penalty here. Not something that Billy Seals wanted to hear about. So that will put the football, instead of being at the 20, take it to the 35-yard line.
That's not a smart move. I mean, you've already got him in a situation where it's two possessions that they need to have a chance to even tie the game, and you're giving him extra yards.
So Noah Velatombi will head back and take the snap, and he will take off with it. And Velatombi still on his feet and takes it close to first down yardage. Maybe just inches shy. That's where they spotted it. It's going to be about a yard short, but nice run by Noah Velatombi.
Did that run look like a quarterback run or a tailback run?
Velatombi will take off again and finds daylight. Velatombi still on his feet. Noah Velatombi. And a flag comes out.
Illegal block.
An illegal block.
A nice looking run, but boy, right at the end, I believe they're going to get Hurricane.
Blocking the back on, I think 15 on the offense.
Well, first down yardage there. Velatombi ripping off the nice run.
He's trying to take this game in his own hands now.
No Velatombi, it's another stay focused, don't drive distracted first down from the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program. So place the football at the 35-yard line. Back to work will go the Redskins. 2-possession game here. Velatombi stands tall, guns, catch made. Shalik Hampton, who had that terrific touchdown grab earlier in the game, corrals that one. And that will be a 5-yard pickup.
They need a big play.
Velatombi will keep it. And Noah Velatombi takes it to the 24-yard line. I believe he got the first down. He did.
And the big thing about that first down, it stops the clock.
Snap comes. Velatombi looking, great protection, and heaves it, and there's Hampton. They connect for a second time.
And a flag.
Well,
they may get him for celebrating,
yeah,
I'm assuming.
Boy. Well, you preach that a lot. And nevertheless, Hurricane has drawn within 4. And Casto will try to make it a 3-point game, or so we think. How about that drive?
That's a great drive. I did not anticipate that. That was a great drive.
Yeah, so they'll be penalized on the kickoff, so it was the celebration penalty. Unsportsmanlike conduct, but here comes Casto with a chance to make this a 3-point contest. And he does just that.
What I really think happened was I think somebody else joined into the dance, I think, and that's what may have caused it. I think, as you see, I think it's out. I can't see it out of the screen, but I think they were dancing together, and I think that's what caused the penalty.
I mean, how about the throw? It's just almost
great throw.
I mean, you're almost out of the end zone, and pinpointed it in there. So 5 plays, 65 yards, 136, and there's Hampton with his second big grab of the game. Our scoring summary presented by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, attorneys at law. And boy, I tell you what a game we've got here on Friday Night Rivals. Love it.
It's a great one.
Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Eyewitness Sports, and we'll journey around. Here's another look at it, Carl.
Great toss, and, man, great catch.
And you got to concentrate,
yes,
too. You wonder
yes.
where you are, and, you know, it's just some of the
I think
extracurriculars.
Yeah, all that extra stuff was going on there. Got him the flag.
So you got Casto as the kicker. So they're going to kick it from the 25-yard line. Coach
that could
Seals
end up putting him in good field position.
And Coach Seals and his staff there. And these coaches.
I think they have a hands team out there. Huntington has a hands team out there thinking that they may try to do an onside kick.
Well, just shy of 4 seconds, under 5 minutes to go in the game, and Casto will drill it. And it's going to be Vela Crawford going to have to run back there, and Crawford will pick it up. Flags are out.
Flags all over the place.
And Avante Crawford back there. So, you know, as you said, it was the hands team.
Yeah.
That's your quarterback.
And I think you're going to have a block in the back.
Well, the Hurricane crowd loving it. Boy, Huntington brings a great crowd here tonight. And game could come right down to the end. 3 points at the moment in favor of Huntington. Tonight's closed captioning is exclusively brought to you by the Masters Law Firm. Great to have them on board this season. And what a way to get started. Crowd chanting defense here on the campus of Hurricane High School. First Friday of the season on what is the final Friday in the month of August. Crawford hands it off. Keegan Sack looking to turn the corner, and Sack will be taken down at around the 9-yard line. Drake Lanham makes the stop for Hurricane.
It's critical to get a first down here. Huntington will have to get a first down.
It was a gain of 3 for Sack. Wilson in motion. Here goes Sack, and he gets
the first
down. Yeah, he does, up to the 20. Governor's Highway Safety Program, first down.
Great blocking up front, good spin move, good strong running.
And he's got those legs, he's got those running back legs. And
yeah.
Young man going to the Air Force Academy, 24 carries, 155 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
That's not a bad day.
It was a key first down for the Highlanders, and going to take their time here. Crawford give it to Sack, and Sack a little stutter step, and Sack just keeps grinding and gets it to the 26-yard line.
He's getting hit maybe after 2 yards, and he's pushing the pile for another 3, 4, 5 yards.
Chill was there on the stop. There's second down and 4. Ball resting at the 26. Hurricane has never led in the game. Game's been tied at 7, 14, 21. Crawford now give it to Wilson, and Wilson will find daylight.
Good block on the outside. Stay in bounds.
Tavion Wilson.
Oh.
Tackle made there by Legros. No Sean Hampton was there, and flags come out.
Flags come out, yep.
Well, that one hurts.
That really hurts.
For the Redskins. So, nice run by Wilson, and we talked about this. Boy, you know, you got Sack, and he's coming at you, and you've got Zod Jackson, he's coming at you, and then let's turn it and give it to 6'3", 210-pounder. I don't know, 210.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in tackling him.
I'm not buying that 210 either. And now he's going to take over. Direct snap to Wilson. He'll hand it to Sack. And Sack picking up those legs. So that's kind of got like an Eddie George type gallop to him a little bit, doesn't he?
You can get those when you're running the ball and you've got high knees. Man, it is tough to try to make that tackle because you see those knees coming at you more than you see anything else.
Well, we're talking about our game coming up next Thursday with Ravenswood and Ripley, that Hatchet game. And I can remember I was a sophomore and Ravenswood won the AA state championship that year. They just had a terrific team. They had 25 seniors on that team. They had a great running back, and his name was James Morgan. Passed away a couple of years ago, and his nickname was Reindeer. And man, he just galloped down the field. They were something to behold. Hurricane player cramping up down there around the 34-yard line. Lamar Martin is down there. Lamar was an outstanding player at Oak Hill, outstanding athlete at Oak Hill. He went to Marshall for a while, and Oak Hill had some good ones. And Shannon Morrison's on Donnie Mays' staff. Shannon's former great Marshall defensive back and spent a lot of time in college football. I think there's your total yards in this game at this very moment. And our stats this season provided by attorney Pat Jacobs, who has over 40 years of experience successfully representing injured and disabled clients throughout the state of West Virginia. Titus Pratt comes out over the football. 2nd and 4. Crawford. Now you come back with Zod Jackson, who will be shoved out of bounds. He's helped up there by Hampton. No Sean Hampton.
And you're in field goal range also.
Well, they just got another first down here, so fresh set of downs here with under 2 minutes to play in the game. And Dan Greer wants 2:11 on the clock. Dan Greer from South Charleston. Officiating crew, they've been outstanding tonight. What a, the thrill for these officials, they start looking at their schedule like, hey, look what we have on week 1. Here is the handoff, and boy, nice play there by Keanu, the linebacker, getting Zod Jackson around the ankles.
I wonder if that it possibly could have been a blitz that he blitzed through there and got him in the backfield.
You see those timeouts there below the team names, so Hurricanes kind of cradling the one they have left.
Yeah. Don't know how much longer they're going to be able to do that. Maybe if they can get a tackle here.
You get another stop like they just did, maybe they can force this Huntington team, and I'm not sure that Billy Seals would try another field goal here. Here's Crawford pitching to Jackson, and we have a whistle.
I think you got delay a game.
On timeout.
So the Highlanders take a timeout. There you see Coach Billy Seals, and you look at coaches and programs, and when he started in 2009, didn't win a game, and you start thinking, boy, what have I got myself into? But boy, just kept fighting and grinding, and went from 0-10 to 4-6 to 8-4, got in the playoffs, and then 9-win season, and then that championship game run to Wheeling Island, and they had 3 more outstanding seasons, playoff seasons, and then got that championship. Beat Parkersburg South.
I think when you look at coaches that just now start out, and when they have those bad seasons, I know just for myself, I don't know if the tolerance is there for the fan base or maybe even the school to, hey, if you don't turn this thing around right away, we don't know.
Yeah, most of the people you talk to, I mean, especially in the coaching business, is say, it really just kind of comes down to where you can just have that revolving door, and then you never get anything done, but you just can't get anything accomplished.
Right. Because it takes some time.
And these two guys, proven winners.
Yep.
Crawford going to throw and heaves it over the head of his intended receiver. That was Chandler. Well, they thought they might catch them there, Carl.
Yeah, that's shocking right there. I'm surprised they took that chance.
So now it will be 3rd down and 14. 1:16 on the clock. It's a 7-0 game in favor of Huntington. Opening drive, then it was 7-7, 14-7, 14-14, 21-21, 28-21, 35-21, and then 35-28, and at the moment, 38-35, and down goes the quarterback. Big play by the Hurricane Prevent Unit. Ethan Chill.
And I think that takes him out of potential field goal opportunity.
Take another look here, Mr. Defense.
Yeah, they've got guys
coming. Wow.
He came straight through, but I think that's because of the blitz, and the guy turned to his left to pick it up.
Ethan Chill. I mean, boy, you're a defender, and you've been battling this talented team all night. Crawford is ever dangerous, and boy, he just found the gap, and here he comes. And Crawford just could not get away.
That's a great play now.
So now we're going to have 1:09 on the clock. So it was a loss of 11. 4th and 24. And there's options here. I mean, do you kick? But you see, they're going to bring in the punter. They're going to bring in Price. And let Price just see if he can pin them down inside the 10.
Yeah, and we haven't seen a whole lot of great pass coverage tonight. So the opportunity to get deep is a possibility.
Well, they're going to try a field goal. Forgive me. 52-yard attempt out of the hold of Wilson. He puts it up, and this one
is short.
Wow. What an effort by Price.
It was just short. It was just short.
And I believe Jimmy Morgan said the school record, 54, would have tied it at 53.
Now, this is where, if you're in the secondary, you are conscious of the potential of getting beat here. And if you need to think more on the positive side than on the negative, you've got to convince yourself to make plays, and you got to figure out who's the guy that they're going to go to.
So Hurricane with no timeouts. So you talk about the 2-minute drill, but this is the 1-minute drill.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, you had to be impressed by Price's leg on that kick,
Yes.
Carl.
Yes.
All right, here's Velatombi looking, shoots, and a catch is made. Nice little sliding grab there. Gathered in by Burnett. Burnett had that beautiful kickoff return earlier in the game.
They're either going to, on those kind of routes, they either got to get out of bounds or they got to get the ball down the field.
Velatombi looking. Velatombi gets away from a defender and takes it to the 35-yard line. So that's the first down. And it'll stop it for a moment. So Velatombi gets it to the 36. And the Highlanders, well, I think they got an injured player, or maybe a player cramping up there.
Yeah.
That is Jeremiah Lyles. Lyles, a sophomore, 260, 5'11". So again, Price attempted that 52-yard field goal, and the school record 53. And boy,
he was close.
Yeah, not to get the school record, but to give them a 6-point edge.
Yes.
And right now here at 38-35, and that clock takes off. Velatombi across the middle, and he's got Legros, and Legros is hit hard at the 35.
He got hit hard, but he hung on to the ball and could have possibly, if he'd have kept his feet, that would have been trouble. You got to tackle him. You can't hit him.
Clock turning. Velatombi to the sideline. And Burnett gets out of bounds. 7 seconds to go.
A quick throw and get out of bounds and kick a field goal and tie.
They've got a good kicker, too, in Casto. Not a lot of time here. Boy, how about Legros? I mean, just the fact that he hung onto that ball.
Yes.
I mean, he took a shot.
And it was a risky shot because he didn't wrap him up. Got the safeties real wide.
So Tommy's got to throw it, and that one will fall incomplete. They'll have to stop the clock. We're going to have to put some more time back on.
They threw a flag.
Well, they're bringing out Casto.
Yeah.
And but let's see here now the penalty. It could edge him a little closer. All right, so now they're going to mark it off here. They're marching it off.
It's a big one.
Well, you know, watching Casto in the warm-ups, and he was impressive. And you had Price, who's impressive. And, you know, it takes all.
Yeah,
it takes them all.
Yes.
Offense, defense, special teams. 30-yard field goal attempt. Casto is blocked. The Highlanders block the kick. On the final play of the game. Tavian Chandler got through. What a game that started out here on Friday Night Rivals in 2024. Our last call of the game was the North-South game, and that was overtime, and thought we were heading that way here. But big play. And, boy, I tell you what, these teams left it all out here.
Yes,
and
there's no
gave
question.
us a wonderful show here. Well, it's all over here from inside Jim McGee Field at Redskins Stadium. The Huntington Highlanders, 4 in a row now over the Hurricane Redskins. But these teams new coming in, they're hoping for a lot and as good as advertised. Huntington wins it 38-35. And check out scenes from great Friday Night Rivals action and Thursday night lights from around the country as we head to the break here. We'll be back in Hurricane. Our post-game coverage coming up here on the Par-Mar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Eyewitness Sports.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Parker makes the catch at the 2. The senior with some room. Weston Parker for CPA down the right sideline. One man to beat. Touchdown Lions. All right, BA will get a chance to answer now. Here they go. This is Neo Clifton with some room. Spinning out to the 40. Past midfield on his feet. Neo Clifton trying to answer with a kick 6 of his own.
Appreciate the hospitality once again, and Baylor necessary in the Wildcat format, and he breaks through. Baylor necessary has some running room. Baylor necessary is going to go 99 yards for the touchdown. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable.
Little jet sweep action to the outside. Oh, big hit. We got a fumble in the end zone?
Oh, boy, we've seen it all.
Goodness gracious. The jet sweep to Brody Tonin and a monster hit.
Mitchell scrambling, looking for Marvinus Butler-Brown. Made the catch inside the 20. A dime down to the 12. My goodness, Josh Stramborski. Well, it's time now for our Big Sandy Superstore big play of the game. When big plays happen,
Big Sandy Superstore also donates $500 each week to the host school of our Parmar Friday Night Rivals game of the week. And how about the finish here? As Seth Casto lines up to tie it and send this game to overtime. And the kick is blocked by Tavian Chandler, and the Highlanders come away with the victory by a final of 38-35. What a game here tonight. Hannah Klein is with the victorious Huntington High Highlanders. All right, I believe we are having some difficulties with Hannah's mic, but nevertheless, they get the Friday Night Rivals Champions of the Game trophy, and trophies this season provided by Tri-State Trophies. And Billy Seals and his crew lets the players accept and celebrate this one here tonight, and they add that to the collection they have. What a game, Carl Lee.
It was really a great game, back and forth all game, and then threatening to go to OT. So you can't beat that.
Well, these teams will move forward and continue on the journey as the season has just gotten started, and what a way to begin it here in this 2024 season. And next up for Huntington, they're going to head to the Eastern Panhandle and meet up with the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Meanwhile, for Hurricane, they'll be back at home here next week to take on Spring Valley. So here in our latest installment of the Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, it's Huntington High winning it in a thriller by a final of 38-35. So for Carl Lee, Hannah Klein, and our great F&R crew, this is Mark Martin. We say so long from inside Jim McGee Field at Redskins Stadium in Hurricane here on the campus of Hurricane High School. We thank you for watching the Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Eyewitness Sports.